a lot of ECC and severe ECC, and sometimes it's four teeth, sometimes it's 10 teeth, sometimes it's 2 teeth. And so a big question is, how much tooth structure can I have left over? If I place STF, what would happen? Can I block it out? And for example, this was a particular case, was a 2-year-old. We had a large decay on D and G. We previously treated with STF. And so I got the question oftentimes, hey, what happens if you can this crown block out the STF and make it look cosmetic? And so you can obviously see I did place STF. It's all over circumferential around the existing tooth. And as we prep, I ended up having to do a pulpectomy. That was my axial reduction and incisal reduction. And then that was placement. Just to take a step back, I do use contoured crowns in the anterior, but I have transitioned over to universal crowns in the posterior. And it's Brandon can fill you in on more about the different sizes of crowns and even the custom crowns that he can do. But this is 2019. I'd say universals came in 2018, 2017 per se. I don't recall, but Brandon can kind of fill you in on that. So in any case, I went ahead and placed regular size D3 and G3 crowns. And then this was about 3 years later. I ended up having to do a crown on E later because that composite kept on popping off. And so you can see that even with this, unfortunately, I didn't take a post-op photo, but from a cosmetic standpoint, I didn't see any issues, and it didn't wash through, and you couldn't see the SDF color under the crown. This is single central. The problem with the single central is that you can place it very easily. It's just getting it to match the original tooth. It's very challenging because the crown is naturally going to be larger and more bulbous by comparison to a natural tooth. So this is a 23-month male, or almost 2-year-old, had a trauma on tooth F. I recommended to pull it. Mom was hell-bent on kind of trying to keep it. So you could see that the pulp was blushing right at us. And so we were luckily able to get her into the OR, or get him into the OR within a couple weeks. And this was placement. We placed a short crown just based on the emergent profile. And you can see on the natural tooth, you only see 50% of the crown, whereas when you place it, you're going to end up placing far into the gingiva, and you're going to have to cut away a lot of the sulcus in order to get into placing it correctly. And then this is 5 months later. As you can see, I think it matches really well. If you were to stand back 6 feet away, I think it looks awesome. But if you're up close and personal, about up in his face, 6 inches away, you're going to see the difference in terms of the size of it. But I think from a cosmetic standpoint, I think it looks great, and it's a really nice restoration. And then the gingival adaptation of these zirconia crowns, it's far superior compared to the veneer crowns.